Today we're breaking down everything we know so far about Disney Cruise Line's newest ship, the Disney Adventure. We're also going to give you some insight as to our upcoming travel plans. This is Disney Cruise Line's largest cruise ship ever, the first Disney ship permanently homeported in Asia, and the only Disney ship with a real roller coaster at sea. And in just over a week, we'll be sailing on the Maiden Voyage. From Marvel Landing and Ironcycle Test Run to themed neighborhoods, dining, entertainment, and what could completely change Disney cruising. Because this ship isn't just bigger, it's an adventure. Hello travelers, let's talk about the Disney Adventure, Disney Cruise Line's newest and most ambitious ship to date. At over 200,000 gross tons, it's officially the largest ship in the fleet. What makes this ship unique isn't just its size, it's how it's designed. Instead of traditional decks and venues, the Adventure is divided into immersive, themed areas, almost like a floating Disney park. For the first time ever on a Disney Cruise Line ship, we're getting a true roller coaster at sea, Ironcycle Test Run. Not a water coaster, not a simulator, an actual track-based ride built on the top deck. The Adventure represents Disney's expansion into the Asian market, with Singapore as its home port for at least the first 5 years. That will mean new itineraries, new audiences, and a new era for the Disney Cruise Line. And we're going to be there for day one. Let's start off by talking about the themed neighborhoods. First up, at the heart of the ship is the Disney Imagination Garden, a central hub inspired by storybook magic, featuring live performances, character appearances, and stunning visuals. In addition to new eateries, where you can try delicious Indian and Pacific cuisines at Gramma Tala's Kitchen or Mowgli's Eatery, you can also catch captivating stage performances like Avengers Assemble or Duffy and the Friendship, or the all-new show where Captain Jack Sparrow hunts for rare and dazzling treasure in a face-off with the Siren Queen. Next up, the Discovery Reef brings ocean storytelling to life, drawing inspiration from beloved nautical worlds such as Finding Nemo, Luca, Lilo and Stitch, and The Little Mermaid. Then there's Toy Story Place that is built for family fun, splash zones, pool deck energy, and casual food areas. Our next area is calling all Avengers. Marvel Landing introduces high thrill energy with 3 brand new supercharged attractions: Groot Galaxy Spin, Pym Quantum Racers, and the Ironcycle Test Run, the first true roller coaster at sea for the Disney Cruise Line. It's also the longest roller coaster at sea amongst any cruise line. On the back of the ship, we have Wayfinder Bay, where you can relax or be entertained, where they channel Moana-inspired tropical vibes and live entertainment with a unique performance with a show called Moana, Call of the Sea. Our next neighborhood is San Fransokyo Street, with vibrant city energy inspired by Big Hero 6. A couple of the teen youth clubs are located here, as well as Baymax Cinemas, where you can catch classic or even first release Disney movies. You can also head over to Duffy and Friends shop and pick up some adorable new plushies, or hang out in the Big Hero Arcade, where they feature video games and immersive high-tech experiences. And then the town square that offers elegant, princess-inspired charm and classic Disney storytelling. Here you'll be able to find some of the more iconic themed venues, such as the Walt Disney Theater that hosts the dazzling Broadway-style shows, or places where your little ones can get a makeover, such as the Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique, or, for heroes of all ages, the Marvel Style Studio. Let's change it up. Let's head on over and let's discuss the dining. When it comes to Disney Cruise Line, dining isn't just about food, it's about storytelling. And on the Disney Adventure, that storytelling is taken to an entirely new level. This ship isn't built around traditional dining rooms. It's built around immersive neighborhoods, and the restaurants are woven into each of these themed environments. So let's break down what we know so far about each major dining location. At the core of the experience is our rotational dining. If you've never sailed Disney Cruise Line before, here's what makes them different. You rotate restaurants each night, but your serving team rotates with you, so the service stays personal even as the environment changes. On the Disney Adventure, 6 rotational restaurants have officially been announced, although you only eat at 3 of those restaurants during your cruise. So let's break down the difference. Up first, we have the Hollywood Spotlight Club. This is pure Golden Age Hollywood glamour. Think red velvet, Art Deco, stage lighting, big band energy. This isn't just dinner, it's dinner and live musical entertainment and appearances from Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, all dressed in their elegant attire. Cuisine here leans towards refined international and American classics, steaks, seafood, comfort favorites, with upscale presentation. On the flip side of that venue is the Navigators Club, which will lean into the vintage ocean liner elegance. Think old maps, nautical instruments, a classic maritime vibe. Expect globally inspired dishes here, Mediterranean influences, seafood-forward options, and elegant plating. Up next, we have Animator's Palate. If you've ever sailed Disney before, you know this one. This is one of the iconic Disney Cruise Line restaurants. The room begins in black and white sketch form, and throughout dinner, it transforms into full color. Animation appears on the screen, the walls come alive, and depending on the show variant, your own drawings may even appear on the screen. On the flip side of that restaurant, we have Animator's Table. This is a more intimate variation of Animator's Palette. It celebrates Disney and Pixar artistry with authentic artwork from films like Aladdin, Frozen, and Finding Nemo. The next duo of restaurants we will talk about starts with the Enchanted Summer Restaurant. This is one of the most visually unique spaces on board. It features 2 distinct dining rooms. The Maximus Room, inspired by Tangle, with Lantern Festival energy and equestrian decor. Then there's the Olaf Room, inspired by Frozen, featuring snowflake chandeliers and a whimsical summer solstice theme. At night, this is one of our seated rotational restaurants. However, during the day, it transforms into the buffet space for breakfast and lunch. This dual functionality makes it one of the most important food hubs on board. On the flip side of this pairing is Pixar Market Restaurant that operates as a buffet as well for breakfast and lunch, featuring themed artwork from Inside Out, Monsters University, Cars, and more. At dinner, it transforms into one of the seated rotational restaurants, so it's also doing double duty. Some of my favorite places to eat on the ship are the quick service locations. So let's talk about the casual dining, because this is where the adventure really diversifies. First up, we have Stitch's Ohana Grill, with island vibes inspired by Lilo and Stitch. Think burgers, sandwiches, tropical flavors, fast, casual, pool deck adjacent. Then there's Pizza Planet, straight out of Toy Story. Cosmic arcade vibes, family-friendly energy, serving pizza, pasta, and salads. This is probably going to be one of the busiest quick service spots on board. Then we have Mowgli's Eatery, inspired by the Jungle Book. Indian-inspired flavors, vegetarian-friendly dishes. This is huge because it expands Disney's global flavor footprint. Gramma Tala's Kitchen, which is inspired by Moana, with Pacific Island flavors and tropical cuisine. This one will likely lean into lighter, fresher plates. Next up is Cosmic Kebabs, inspired by Miss Marvel, with Mediterranean-inspired options, kebabs, pitas, fresh, bold, and different from traditional cruise burgers, fries, and pizza. Then, for a little quick service dessert, we have Wheezy's Freezies, where we have frozen treats and soft serve. This is definitely going to be a family magnet. It's simple, but important to the cruise lifestyle. Up next, for adults or anyone wanting that splurge experience, the adventure also includes elevated specialty dining that costs a little extra. First up, we have Palo Trattoria. This is adults only, with Italian dining inspired by Lucca, Northern Italian cuisine, handmade pasta, seafood, antipasti. This will likely feature a refined wine list and a quieter, candlelit atmosphere. Next up, Mike and Sulley's Flavors of Asia. This is especially interesting. It's not just one restaurant, it's multiple Asian dining concepts under one umbrella, including a Japanese steakhouse, a teppanyaki show kitchen, an omakase experience, and sushi and sashimi options. This could end up being one of the most unique dining experiences Disney Cruise Line has ever offered. And we could never forget room service. 24-hour room service is available. Room service is always free, although they do invite you to tip your server for the delivery. So I really love the dining options on Disney Cruise Line. And the big difference here on the Disney Adventure, variety. This ship introduces more global cuisine, more quick service diversity, and more immersive theme integration than prior Disney ships. It feels less like 3 main dining rooms and more like a floating Disney destination with food woven into every neighborhood. And that makes this maiden voyage especially exciting because we're not just trying one restaurant. We're going to explore the entire culinary ecosystem at sea. Next up, let's talk about the entertainment, because Disney Cruise Line is known for rotational dining, immersive storytelling restaurants, and Broadway caliber shows. The adventure is expected to elevate that experience with new themed dining spaces, character interactions, and their large-scale theatrical productions. Fireworks at sea remain a signature highlight, and this ship is poised to deliver an unforgettable nighttime experience. And of course, the character interactions that are just fun experiences for children of all ages. Another important mainstay on the Disney Cruise Lines are the kids clubs. The Disney Adventure ship offers a full range of the Disney Cruise Line kids clubs for all ages, designed to keep children entertained while parents enjoy some of the ship's amenities. For our youngest travelers, we do have the It's a Small World Nursery. This is for children 6 months to 3 years old, where they offer the high-quality child care with trained staff. This one does require a reservation and an extra fee. However, let's talk about the rest of the kids' clubs that are all included in the price. For ages 3 to 10, we have the Oceaneers Club, where the kids experience Marvel Web Workshop, Andy's Toy Box, a fairy tale hall, storytelling and crafts, and Walt Disney Imagineering Lab. Then, for ages 11 to 14, we have Edge, with activities such as video and board games, movie nights, and themed parties. And for ages 14 to 17, we have Vibe, a retro vintage record store with movie nights, games, and selfie opportunities. Let's talk about the staterooms. And Disney Adventure offers the 4 main stateroom categories: the inside room, ocean view, veranda, and concierge, each with unique layouts, amenities, and theming inspired by Disney, Pixar, and Marvel stories. Most of the staterooms feature split bathrooms, pull-down beds, and under-bed storage, which is so convenient for your suitcases. Disney storytelling elements include original artwork and subtle decor tied to the ship's themed areas like Wayfinder Bay, Town Square, and Marvel Landing. Amenities vary by category, but often include that 24-hour room service, on-demand Disney movies, dedicated stateroom hosts, and premium bedding and bath products. We are so excited to be on this ship. The Disney Adventure is the 8th ship in Disney Cruise Line's fleet, and will be the first and only vessel in their global class design. This ship was originally named the Global Dream and was being built by a different cruise company. The project faced major financial setbacks back in the pandemic, and at that point the ship was about 70% complete. Disney Cruise Line was able to acquire the vessel for a fraction of its estimated value. After the acquisition, they completed the ship over at the Meyer Werft shipyard in Germany, where the interior was reimagined by Walt Disney Imagineers. It also reduced the passenger capacity. It now holds about 6,700 passengers compared to the original 9,000 passenger plan. She is the largest cruise ship ever built in Germany and is the 11th largest cruise ship in the world. The Maiden Voyage was originally scheduled for December of 2025, but was delayed until March 10th, 2026, and features itineraries of 3 and 4 night voyages that are entirely at sea, or otherwise known as a cruise to nowhere. But it's under this concept that the ship is both the journey and the destination. The ship's godparent was recently announced as none other than Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr. We are so excited for this ship. We've been anxiously watching its progress over the last couple of months. We were able to see it at a stop in Port Canaveral, Florida, and then watched video highlights as it became the largest cruise ship to ever sail through the Panama Canal. It then stopped in Los Angeles for a day and a stop in Tokyo, and is currently headed to its new home, where we will find it in Singapore. All right, so we are so excited. We've got that video that you just watched, all the preview information. That's everything we know. You know, there's a few things I didn't touch on in there as far as, there's a couple other programs and shows. There's Mickey's Color Spin. There's some Baymax exercise thing. There's a couple of different karaoke rooms. Not that I'm a horrible singer, so I'm not going to go do karaoke at all.
Come on, that would be fun.
But I do want to check out, like, the muses are in there.
Love the muses.
Decorations. So, but yeah, what are your thoughts? How excited are you?
I am so excited. I'm excited about the food, the restaurants. I've been thinking about it a lot. What are they going to do with all of the new restaurants and the food? So I'm so excited to try the food. I'm really excited for San Fransokyo Street.
Yes.
Because I love Baymax. He doesn't get enough love. So I'm super, super excited about that. Our veranda is going to be great because we'll be able to see some shows and stuff from that. Yeah, so our veranda overlooks the aft or the back of the ship, which is where Wayfinder Bay is. We're a couple of levels up, so we're going to be able to overlook Wayfinder Bay. So kind of curious to see how that plays out in viewing shows. Sorry if that was a spoiler, but I'm really excited about it.
No?
I didn't know that they were doing Color Spin. That's a show that I have seen on one of the older ships, and if it's the same show, I love it.
Yeah.
Because it goes to the retro of old movies and old things like that my kids grew up on, so we heard a lot, so I'm excited about that too.
Yeah, so just a lot of cool things. I do love that they reduced the passenger capacity on this. We have been on one of the other mega ships from a different brand on Royal. We have been on, the Oasis class ships, and the large ship is actually larger than the Adventure, and there are a lot of people on it, kind of similar capacity, I think. Actually, maybe just a little bit less, but I didn't feel crowded. There was plenty of space per capacity, on the mega ship. So I'm hoping that, with all these venues and everything, it's just going to be fun to go and explore, to just be able to see it.
I'm kind of looking forward to getting lost and seeing what I find.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Yeah.
We are doing a back-to-back, so that will give us a couple of 3-night cruises back-to-back. So that'll be exciting. It's our first time doing a back-to-back. We were able to obtain the same stateroom.
Thank heavens.
Yes, for both. No, Disney's nice though. They do offer that if you had to change staterooms, you do have to pack up everything, but your stateroom host would move it for you. So you don't have to lug luggage off and then back on. But it's just nice to unpack once
and not have to worry about it.
And not have to worry about it for those 6 nights.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to not having to pack up in 3 days.
Yeah. So we're just over a week away from this. Super excited, super pumped, and yet we have to get out there.
Yeah.
So we currently live in southeast Georgia, and so we got to fly. It's gonna be
a short little flight.
Yeah,
short little flight.
Quite an adventure, if you will, of its own to get out there. So we're gonna fly from here to San Francisco, and that's about a 6-hour flight for us. And then San Francisco to Singapore nonstop from there, which is about a 17.5 hour. So you're looking at about 23.5 hours of just pure flight time. So that'll be fun. I think my back is already getting stiff just thinking about it. And then obviously trying to make sure that we adjust to the new time zone. Mm-hmm. So Singapore is about 13 hours ahead of where we are at. So we're going to leave here early Friday morning, and we arrive there Saturday night, and in just enough time to get to our hotel, go to sleep, and then that'll give us 2 full days in Singapore prior to the cruise. Mm-hmm. So our thoughts, we want to spend 1 day at Universal Studios Singapore. That's one of their smaller Universal Studios, but still fun nonetheless. I got a lot of good reviews that I've seen online.
I'm excited.
Yeah, they've got a lot of fun rides, so be able to go there and then have 1 full day to explore Singapore. Try and hopefully the weather cooperates. In Singapore, doesn't seem like the weather is always the friendliest, if you will. It will be very hot, very humid, and a potential chance of rain just about every day.
As long as it doesn't rain 24 hours, I can work with that.
Exactly. So, they do have a beautiful nighttime show across the bay, with the city in the background that I hear, with like fireworks that goes off every night. That's free of charge, so I want to be able to see this. I'm just hoping again that the weather cooperates, that we can see it, since we're there kind of limited time frame prior to the cruise. So we then go on our back-to-back cruise. Again, never been on a back-to-back, so we don't know how that transfer from cruise 1 to cruise 2 is going to work. Do we have to fully exit the ship and then wait, and how long do we have to wait? I've had people tell me certain things, but obviously that's based on the customs protocol of the country that you're visiting. So never been to Singapore before, so not quite sure how the back-to-back system will work, but I understand that probably a lot of people doing back-to-back with that first 2 cruises. So we'll be in good company with a bunch of other people. It'll be fun.
Will be.
So then we get off the ship. That'll be on Monday the 16th, and then we head over directly to the airport. So we're gonna go to the airport. Changi Airport is really cool to explore. So I want to go explore the airport. We've got I think about 4 hours or so in my schedule, if I've kind of booked things right, to go hang out at this airport. It's really cool. It's supposed to be #1 rated airport in the world. There's an indoor waterfall.
Swimming pool I've seen.
There's a swimming pool. You can go swimming at the airport. You just gotta.
I've seen like rope courses and trampolines from different things.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be a really cool place to go explore. And then since we're at the airport, we'll go ahead and we'll just check our luggage at the airport, and we'll jump on an airplane.
Okay.
So the flight there's 24 hours. Correct. So I don't want to have to do this full long 24-hour flight. So Hong Kong is only 4 hours away. So if you're okay with going to Hong Kong for a few days with me,
yay!
Then we'll jump on a plane. We'll go to Hong Kong. That will give us almost 3 full days in Hong Kong.
Wow.
So
I'm just hearing about this, so this is the excitement that he gets.
So yes, so she didn't know about the Hong Kong part of it. So you know, we're excited to go. So Hong Kong, we're gonna spend 2 days at Hong Kong Disneyland, and although it is Disney's smallest park out there, I do believe, of the castle parks, and people say that you can easily do it in 1 day. We're gonna go ahead and take 2 days and just explore, enjoy, and take it all in. They've got some great shows, some really good rides there. Yeah. They are actually just finishing up their 20th anniversary, you know, spectacular, you know, celebration, if you will. So we are excited to be a part of their 20th anniversary celebration. So we're going to go do that and then be able to spend 1 full day just exploring Hong Kong.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, you know, I wish we had more time to explore Singapore. I wish we had more time to explore Hong Kong. You know, maybe even do some more things. However, that will conclude our trip. We'll fly home, and that will be a full 2 weeks. So that's where we stand right now. So if that sounds okay to you,
I'm good. Let's do it.
So
let's go, Hong Kong. Here we come.
Yeah. So so she's just finding out about this right now. We are about a week away, and the reason why is Hong Kong's temperature is a little, you know, maybe 10 degrees or so off of what Singapore is, and so therefore, as much as I'm one for having fun with surprises,
he doesn't want me to freeze and have to buy me a new wardrobe.
Yeah, I'll let her pack her own clothes. I'm sure we're going to end up, you know, finding new clothes that she needs to buy anyway for, you know, Disney apparel. So it'll be fun. But we've got a week before the cruise, but that actually is only about 4 days before we take off from here. So time to wrap up this video. Again, appreciate you guys.
Thanks so much for being a part of it with us.
Yeah, hanging out with us. We appreciate your feedback and everything. So if you do like this content, feel free to subscribe, give us a like, maybe even a comment. What would you like to see out of the cruise videos that we do for the Disney Adventure or any of the cruises that we have upcoming? Love to hear from you guys, and have a great day.
See you later.